Greetings, Reapers. Now, as I'm sure many of you know, last week was the E3 conference, and while I didn't actually watch the whole thing, I did see a healthy chunk of it, so I wanted to talk to you guys about the games that I saw that got me excited. Now first, let me give a special shout out to Sony for their presentation, which, in my opinion, was the best of the entire conference. I love the whole orchestra setup, and love the choices of games they revealed, so props to Sony for that. Watch Dogs 2 impressed me a lot. Now, I played the first one and it was cool, but it had some things about it that rubbed me the wrong way. Mainly the piss poor driving mechanics and the rather dull city sandbox. From what they showed of Watch Dogs 2 though, it looks to be much better than the first, in at least the city sandbox department. They're using San Francisco this time as the location, and I gotta say, it looks beautiful. I cannot wait to explore that city. The character movements looked a lot smoother as well, and they added a bunch of new ways to interact with your missions, like a mini drone and some sort of small transport robot, whatever it is. Let's just hope that the developers took the criticism they got about the first one and made corrections. God of War. Man, listen, this one had me on the edge of my seat. This game seems to take place sometime after the events of the third game, and now Kratos is older, has a son, and is no longer in Greece. He seems to be a lot further north into Norse country. Going by the runes that I see throughout the video, he's probably going to butt heads with the Asgardians. The view now is right behind his shoulder and the fighting seems less frantic, but still every bit as brutal. You also seem to have some sort of control over the actions of his son during the game, so it will really be interesting to see how this game utilizes that in its missions. Oh, and by the way, they're saying that there are no load screens in this edition, but we'll see. Next up, Days Gone. 2 words. Simply amazing. This game seems to be set in a time after civilization has failed, and the apparent reason for this is a plague of zombies. It has a beautiful landscape, and I love the character movement and the examples of in-game combat. But the big thing that caught my eye was the amount of zombies they had on the screen and how fast they were moving with no apparent slowdown to the graphics. In fact, the zombies were not unlike the ones in the movie World War Z, so yeah, I must play this game. Call of Duty Infinite Warfare. Okay, so full disclosure, I have not played a first-person shooter in a while. I guess I just lost interest in the genre. That said though, this game will probably be the one that gets me back into it. The direction of Call of Duty games seem to be very progressive in its timeline theme. It's obviously set in the future, and the integration of familiar combat engine with a space setting looked absolutely epic. There was so much chaos on that screen that it was a feast for the eyes. And last, but certainly not least, Spider-Man. Okay, so this game had my jaw on the floor. I was just talking about on my podcast how Marvel needed to give some real love to the consoles and fall back a bit from its tablet and smartphone games. And what do? They hit me with this one. The character model looks insane, and a lot of the trailer appeared, at least to me, to be actual gameplay. I sure hope they nail this one and don't disappoint, because this one was definitely my favorite trailer of the conference. Now, there were more games that caught my eye, but these were the main ones. Let me know in the comments which ones caught your eye. That's all for me today, folks. If you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe to the Reaper Legion Network, because your support helps me out a lot. And as always, please, geek responsibly.